Good afternoon, God's people. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to all my critical thinkers out there. How y'all feeling this beautiful, beautiful morning in Chicago? Oh man, I want to get right into it today because I think as black men, we have really lost our minds. It's not funny, but it's so sad that all you could do is laugh. Look, I wore blue today for a reason. Y'all like this? I wore this because I want y'all to do a test with me. Look up in the sky. The sky look blue, doesn't it? But when you up there in a plane and look down, the water look blue. But when you come back to earth and you put water in the cup, a glass, it's not blue. Blue is the color of deception. That's why I wore this. Because many of you guys that's on YouTube are deceivers. And what I mean by that is, I heard a couple of people call y'all Autobots, Transformers. Y'all are Transformers, but you're not Autobots. Autobots stood up for justice and what's right. Y'all Decepticons because y'all deceiving people. You know what I mean? So yeah, you are Transformers, but you're not Autobots. You're Decepticons. Y'all something else. I hear y'all arguing every day on the internet like women. This is crazy, black men. Look, I'm not gonna mention any names because I don't need to mention y'all names. And I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this for you to wake up. Look, one of y'all remind me of Oprah Winfrey. One of y'all remind me of, Diane Carroll or Sawyer. And then the other one remind me of Barbara Walters. When you interviewing someone, you ask them a question and you allow them to speak. But you don't do that. You keep interrupting them, Barbara. Y'all crazy. Oh man, it took me a minute because I didn't want to make a video. I'm still doing things. Oh, and by the way, the back to school backpack school supply giveaway went great. I mean, we didn't have no problems. There was so many kids here. I lost a lot of footage because my battery went dead, and it's just a whole bunch of things. I tried to transfer the video that I had to my drive, and then that didn't go right. Some of them got deleted. Anyway, it's just a lot of different things that made me piss me off. But back to you guys. Again, I say this all the time because I'm all about unity. Isn't it something that we can do? I hear you guys talk about views and subs. With all the subscribers that you have as individuals, add that up. And then add up the views that you all have collectively. Add that up. And you tell me how many black people or white, or let's just say people in general, human beings that are tuning in to you guys, that is watching you guys. Now, check this out. I don't want to get deep into religion, but I always have to mention my father, the creator of all things. But every book that I've read in my life that's dealing with religion, politics, societies, they all say that Satan was in heaven and he was one of the greatest musicians, and he was one of the chief, and he was Lucifer. He was over a lot of things. But if you pay attention, you will find out that that's a human being. And it's telling you that this beast that was kicked out of the kingdom, which is on earth also, kicked out of heaven, he controlled music. He would be the Bible calls him the prince and the power of the airways. The prince and the power of the airways. Who controls the airways today? Is that the reason why rap sounds so dirty and disgusting? Talking about sex and murder all day and drugs? Because Satan is in control of it? Lucifer? Is that why radio and TV is the way it is? Is that why YouTube is becoming what it is? You know, everybody is on this satanic movement, it seems like to me, that no one could get along. Again, put those views and subscribers together and see what population or percentage of black community is listening to that. And do you see that if you guys come together in unison and create something positive, what we can have and how many people we can influence? But you won't do that because you all on that individuality BS. It's sad to me, you know, that you guys have so much knowledge. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I listen to everyone. I see all this wisdom and knowledge, but then I go back and think about it. The fallen angels had wisdom and knowledge. And now they're using the airways to influence. See, y'all don't like the fact that Kwame Brown mentions coding and trading. I said I wasn't gonna mention nobody's name, but I have to. Coding. Do you know coding is in the mind also? It's called programming. See, we are wireless Bluetooth niggas now. Everything the white man forced us to do, we do freely now. See, the Bible say also that we will have the mark of the beast in our forehead and in our hand. So when you talk about how black people act today, and it's so disgusting, Tammy, you have to go back to the source. Now, you don't have to blame all our problems on white people, but you have to call it out for what it is when you see it. Point blank. If the truth and the evidence points to him, then you have to call it out. You can't say that we blaming the white man for everything. We blaming him for his part. But I know that if he wouldn't have brought us here and taken everything out of us, we would still have God in us and we would be carrying out God's work. But we're not doing God's work. We're doing Satan's work because he has taken God's spirit out of us and replaced it with his spirit. So he used to rape our women. Now we rape our women. Polight, allegedly. He used to beat our women. Now we beat our women. Hassan, allegedly. He turned us, the white against the black, the light skin against the dark skin, the accent against the non-accent. All of y'all are fighting, representing y'all plantation masters. You know, my plantation, my master better than your master. My master pay me more. Your master don't pay you. See, us feel good over here because we can roam in the field. You can't. Y'all sound stupid. Slavery hasn't changed. It's just been upgraded, modernized. Everything they used to do to us, we do to each other. They used to kill us and leave our bodies in the street. Now we're doing it. Don't you see that we have been programmed, coded to do a certain act? See, you all complain about if we had our own Facebook, if we had our own YouTube, if we had our own website. What do you think coding is? This is why they're angry with Kwame Brown, because he's telling you about something that they never wanted you to think about again. The Bible was written in code. So if you knew coding, you could figure out the scriptures and why they wrote it in poetry to confuse you in their old English language. God didn't speak in riddles and parables. He spoke straight words. That way, you know, the subject don't have no problem understanding him. But when you speak in riddles and parables, now I have to figure it out. And if I get it wrong, I go to hell for that. Stop playing with God, man. Y'all silly. And if you read carefully, you will see that everything God was telling you was about a family, human beings. Jesus, you can go to Jesus in John 8:44. He was talking to the house of Israel. 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 And what did he say to the house of Israel? See, you are of your father, the devil. He was a murderer and a liar from the beginning. Now, black people run around here talking about they Israel. Stop it. You wasn't a murderer and a liar from the beginning, so stop saying that you are Israel. Look deeper than that. Every prophet that came went to Israel. Every prophet that God sent was killed by Israel. So I understand that you think that we are Israel, but stop it. Look deeper than that. Israel stole not only from his brother, but he stole from the prophet of God. He tricked the prophet of God out of a blessing that wasn't supposed to go to him. And you women, if you look back and study that, you see that it was the mother. What was it, Rebecca? Tricked the prophet of God because he was going blind, just so the son that you favor could get the blessing over the son that you disfavor. See, look at us, and we're still doing that today, and then we argue tomorrow, I was the first, or I was the second, or I'm the blessed child. Go to the Bible and study the promise that Isaac gave. He said, the old shall serve the younger, and the younger shall rule over the elder. Well, we are older than any race on the earth, but we serve all the races on the earth. We are the elder, and we're being ruled by the younger. See, so in that aspect, if you want to say we're Israel, I understand where you're coming from, but Israel wasn't a good person. That's not a good name. Jacob means the father of tricks and lies. After he wrestled with the angel of God and stuck him up, because the Bible say that he robbed the angel of God. The angel of God said, we wrestled all night long. It's daybreak, I have to go. Jacob said, I'm not letting you go until you bless me. That's deep. So now you're going to make the angel of God bless you? He said, okay, I bless you. Your name now is Israel, the supplanter. Y'all say it means one who prevails. No one prevails over God. And if you are wrestling with an angel of God, then what that make you? Don't that make you opposition with God? So stop telling me that I'm Israel. You can be who you want to be. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not fighting with you. But I know Israel was a sign of them treating God's people the same way that went on with Israel. See, so Israel's slick. He knows that since he tricked Isaac, he came into power. Well, he's been ruling ever since that day. Now it's the end of the world. That means Israel world is finna die, right? And Jesus coming to bring in a new world. This is what he was telling them in John 8:32. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The Jews answered him, saying, we be Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. Jesus could have stopped right there and said, well, who was that in Egypt? Didn't Moses bring you out of Egypt? Oh, so that wasn't you? See, this is why I be trying to tell black people to stop saying you're Israel. Jesus was rebuking Israel because the original Hebrews was in Egypt. These Jews saying that they were never in bondage to any man. And then I noticed something else, Tommy, Hassan Campbell. When Jesus was exposing them Jews for who they really were and giving them the root, because they say they were Abraham's seed. Jesus said, if you were Abraham's seed, you would be found doing the works of Abraham. They say, well, God is our Father. He said, if God was your Father, you would love me because I proceeded forth from the Father. But you seek to kill me, a man that has told you the truth. The first thing they say, well, we wasn't born in fornication. That's what you guys do. Soon as somebody start busting you out with the truth, you bring up something in their past. So the Jews was calling Jesus' mother a whore. That Jesus was born out of wedlock in fornication. See, that's what y'all do. Oh, yeah, your baby mama said this, or your kids this. Let's stay on the topic and don't change the narrative. Let's talk about what we're talking about. Again, like I said, if you knew coding, then you can start your own YouTube. You won't have to worry about YouTube messing you up when you start telling the truth. You won't have to worry about a lot of different things with satellites. See, we don't study this. You know, and that's why we're suffering. Coding ain't the only thing. But that's important because that is the future. You go to Walmart right now, it's robots, it's machines that's taking the jobs from the cashiers. So when the machine broke down, who they call to fix it? A coding technician? Don't he program it and make it do right? See, what is wrong with y'all? And you angry because a man started talking about coding and trades? This is my yard. Everything you see out here, everything out here, I built with my 2 hands. From the grass to the gravel to the fruit trees, the fence. I did it all. I had the movie theater. I did everything in my house except my siding because I'm afraid of heights. That's the only thing I'm afraid of. But other than that, I'm all right. I don't fear you, and I really don't fear cowards. It makes me sick that black men is acting the way they're acting. Again, you remind me of Oprah, Barbara Walters, and Diane Sawyer. That's what you 3 guys remind me of. And all you can do is gossip about other men, about what they're doing and what they haven't done, when you haven't done nothing yourself. That's wickedly wise. That's like, again, like the word great. When you say that you've seen a great earthquake, does that mean good? No. See, great doesn't mean good. They say it was a great earthquake or 20 people got killed. You're going to say, oh, that was good? No, great meaning number, large, size, magnitude. We need to change the way we think, man. We are grown men, and I can't understand what is wrong with y'all. Gossiping like little girls. How do you expect the gangbangers or the street guys to unify or come together and discuss things when they watch you on YouTube or television treating each other like this? So how can you give someone advice about coming together and unifying? You sound hypocritical and you look even worse. But I'm going to let you guys get back to your day. I'll be back later on. I think I'm going to start doing this more often. Somebody needs to do it. I just want you all to wake up and start using critical thinking. That's all. And become a moral compass so you can guide your way through this bullshit, because that's what it is. But I'm going to talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good and blessed day. God bless you. Peace.